Don't worry, they're not dead. I didn't kill them, I promise. Hey guys, Kisa here and welcome back to another video. This week we're doing an update on the greenhouse to see how the plants are doing, and I also have to transplant some of them into their own pots, so let's do it. Okay, here are the first onions, lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. They're doing much better. They're starting to pep up quite a bit. Oh, I guess I should actually mention, we finally got the other light as well. So that little square one is gone, and I've got two long purple ones. The goal is to put these also on the second shelves and to get rid of these little strips here. But that is not going to be this year. Anyway, they're doing pretty good. Much better, not as sad. I thought there for a little while that I was definitely going to kill them, which wouldn't be the first time that I've killed something. I transplanted the two bigger celeries today already, and then I thought I should probably put this in a video. So I went and grabbed my camera, because I'm not trained yet to constantly think of that. Here is the Romanesco broccoli. It's doing better. Obviously, this is the leaf last week that was super sad, telling me that it wanted water, so it's happy again for the most part. I don't know why he won't stand up, and he's growing wonky. Is what it is. These guys are doing pretty good. All of the bell peppers and sweet peppers, eggplants, they're doing really good too. They're having a blast. These are the ones that I need to transplant into their own cups. They're getting to be the size where it would be problematic if I don't start choking out the other ones. I plan on only keeping a couple of each plant, and I do that specifically because if a plant was to die because a freak frost came or something, I don't want to be SOL and have to restart from seed or not start at all because I've lost the opportunity to with my short growing season. So I'll always have a backup of everything, and then I also share starts with my mother-in-law. Here's the second round of onions, the other half of the second round of onions. They're doing really good. And then of course the celery that I transplanted just a little while ago. I'm sure they'll pep back up. That's what they'll look like after you transplant them. Sad and sad. As for the other half of the first onions that I started, they're doing really good. A lot more of them have bounced back up after growing their second little loop here. So they're doing pretty darn good. So these are the other half of the second round of onions that we had done. And they're doing pretty darn good too. I had officially given up on the King Richard leeks because they didn't come up at all. They still hadn't, so it just is what it is. The Sweet Williams are doing pretty good. And then the 1 bee balms are doing pretty good. Still got nothing on the second bee balm. Luckily, I had recorded planting them, so I don't know which one. I have two different seed packets and I don't know which one's which, but I can go back in the video and see which one I stuck the tag in, and then I will replant those ones. I might have planted them, I don't know, maybe put too much soil on top of them because they did say to plant shallow and they need light to germinate, so I might have screwed up, or I may not have put anything in it at all. Who knows? I might have totally forgot to put seeds in it, period. Not be the first time I've done that. And I've got a couple things that I have to plant today, so I'll get that done too. We'll be adding new plants. Tomatoes, I decided will be done next weekend. Simply because I should probably have at least a week leeway. Okay, I managed to fit my tripod in my greenhouse, only just barely. It's not perfect, but it'll do. I didn't want to take the plants out of the warmth and the light to transplant them and shock them even more. Not that they would have normally be there too long and it would be okay, but since I have you guys with me, it would probably take a little longer than normal, and I just don't want to do that. So I squeezed you in here to the best of my abilities. So really quick, I'm going to just transplant a couple of these. These are the peppers that I'm going to be transplanting into their own cups, all except for the Romanesco broccoli back here, and the onions. And probably this one shishito pepper, who's technically by himself anyways. Cup, soil, press it down. Then I'm going to make a big hole right down the center of this cup. I'm going to water it. And then I'm going to quickly put it over that because it's going to start dripping. This is where I quickly start running out of room. So, this is what I do on most plants. I could disrupt everything, take them out, and break them apart, but I'm just going to reach my finger in there pretty far down. And pull it out. So then I got this big glob of soil that I will now loosely break away from its roots to the best of my ability. It'd be a lot easier if I had a table, which normally I would just do it separately. Maybe I'll shrink you guys down and do it on the next layer down. Okay. Make sure his roots go in there. One down. Now I'm going to put you guys on the time lapse to get this done. And that is how you effectively get a plant from this to this. Okay, I have successfully disturbed a bunch of happy plants and made them sad, droopy, and miserable. The shishitos especially are extra sad, droopy, and miserable. I mean, those poor things. I mean, I guess they're not as... well, no, they look even more dead. So here's a shishito that I didn't have to transplant because he was pretty much in his own cup. I just pulled the runt that was growing in there. And look at that. Poor things. Hopefully they survive. I mean, it's always a risk transplanting. So what's going to happen is I'm going to wait for everything to pet back up, get happy again, and from there select what plants I want to keep and what ones are just, they're probably going to die or they're stunted and they're not, I don't know, good enough. I am slightly concerned about those shishito peppers though. They really just instantly were like, nope, not having it at all. Whereas everything else is kind of, you know, obviously I've got ripped from my home and my roots disturbed, but I'm okay. Okay, that was the greenhouse update on the plants, and kind of a short little snippet of me transplanting and making them miserable. So I hope to see you next weekend with the next update and tomato planting. So, till then, bye!